So with the SUV category being all the rage and all the automakers in North America trying to make sure that their holes are all filled in, there's no gaps, Kia has taken a look at its lineup and realized it really didn't have the perfect full 7 or 8 passenger offering that they felt they needed. Now I know there is the Sorento, and while the Sorento can seat 7 with 3 rows, it's really ideally more of a 5-seater with 7 seats in back if necessary. It's actually really good for small kids, but if you have larger kids or adults wanting 8-seat, it didn't really work. And now Kia also has a 7-seater in the Sedona, but that's a minivan, and not everyone wants to go in that category. So instead, what they've done is they've created an all-new design. It is the 2020 Kia Telluride, and it is designed to go up against the other vehicles in this class, such as the Volkswagen Atlas, the Nissan Pathfinder, or a Chevy Traverse, a Honda Pilot, things like that. It's been highly anticipated. There's a lot of buzz around this vehicle, and then even with my tester, just to prove that this is a family vehicle, they've even given me some accessories like a roof rack and a bike rack. Maybe they're telling me it's time to get my family active, but overall this is something I've been looking forward to reviewing and driving, and the 2020 Kia Telluride is the feature of my latest review. When you first glance at the Kia Telluride, your eyes can't help but think that this vehicle is bigger than it actually is. Now, I believe one can attribute this to the rather upright and boxy exterior design, which to me resembles a Chevy Tahoe to a certain degree. However, that said, the Telluride is a full 6 inches shorter than the Tahoe. Compared to its stablemate, the Sorento, the Telluride is longer, taller, wider, and more spacious inside, but the differences aren't as significant as one would think. With exterior design features such as the signature Telluride emblem on both the front hood and rear and a hot stamp grille, there's an overall authoritative and well-structured look to it that's quite attractive. The headlight design for both daytime running and nighttime operation is unique, and it actually created some interesting reactions from other drivers. On at least 4 occasions during the week when driving, just after dark, other drivers flashed their high beams at me as if to alert me that my headlights were not turned on, when in actuality they were. It must be something to do with the orange LED daytime lights that surround the headlights that deceives people, but I'd never experienced this before with any other vehicle I've tested in the 8 years I've been reviewing autos. When decked out with the dealer-supplied Thule roof and bike racks, the Telluride truly looks like a vehicle ideally designed for active and adventurous families. The striking and unique exterior design is equally matched by one of the more upscale interiors that Kia has produced. There's a clear emphasis on presenting this vehicle as a premium option in the segment, and it shows with much of the fit and finish details found inside. The front dash is highlighted by a 10.25-inch center touchscreen that functions as the main interface for navigation and audio controls. The Telluride is both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatible. As the Telluride is designed for modern families, there are 2 USB ports available in each row, as well as dual Bluetooth capacity so that 2 devices can be connected at the same time. Wireless charging in the front is standard, and tri-zone climate control is also standard on all trims. While the Telluride can be deceptive in its size based on appearances, it nonetheless is quite spacious inside, offering 178.1 cubic feet of total interior volume and seating for up to 8 passengers. Second-row captain's chairs are available on the top-end SXL trim in Canada, which is the SX trim in the US, and then reduces seating capacity to 7 as a result. Front row passengers will enjoy 44.1 inches of legroom and 39.5 inches of headroom, while second row passengers have 42.4 inches of legroom and 40.2 inches of headroom, making for a spacious and comfortable feel. Even in the third row, where space is often limited, passengers seated back there will have 31.4 inches of legroom, which is okay, but an impressive 38.1 inches of headroom. Now, kids will be fine in the third row for sure, and even most adults should be fine, but only for limited periods of time. Access to the third row is quite easy actually, and only requires the simple push of a single button to tilt and shift forward the second row seats. Cargo space is also important, since not all Tellurides will come equipped with the Thule roof box that my tester had. When comparing to who Kia feels are its main competitors, it claims that the Telluride offers the most cargo space behind the third row at 21 cubic feet. Drop down the third row seats and cargo capacity increases to 46 cubic feet, while putting both the second and third row seats down offers up an impressive 87 cubic feet of cargo space. This would probably be enough to move a child off to college, or as you can see here, it's ideal for a father and teenage son to enjoy a simple nap. Powering the Telluride is a 3.8-liter V6 naturally aspirated Atkinson cycle engine, which is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission that is thankfully controlled by a physical shifter. Power output is set at 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. This certainly isn't going to induce any adrenaline rush while driving, but it basically falls in line with the output of all its segment competitors. Towing capacity is set at 5,000 pounds. Combined fuel economy numbers according to Kia are 11.2 liters per 100 kilometers or 21 US miles per gallon, but in my week of testing I was able to beat this figure by more than 10%, which I found both surprising and impressive. Now, considering the size and capacities of the Telluride, I honestly expected to be a lot more thirsty than what I actually found it to be. When overall combined with all the other features and amenities, what we have here is a pretty compelling offering that's definitely going to make some noise in a busy segment with some quality contenders that are already there. So with the 2020 Kia Telluride, my final thoughts are that this is a really strong vehicle. When you are entering that segment once again, or you haven't been there in a long time, you've got to enter strong because of all the established nameplates, and this Telluride does just that. With all the great features and amenities in there, an excellent fit and finish overall, and priced attractively too, this is going to be a serious contender in this category. The only thing I could think of going forward is I really believe that with the push towards diversified powertrains and electrification, this would be a perfect candidate for a plug-in hybrid. So Kia, if you're listening, consider that. I'd love to see it. But otherwise, if you are in this category, if you're looking for that full 3-row 7 or 8 passenger SUV, you cannot make your final decision without driving this first. You are really going to be surprised. I enjoyed it, and you will too. That's it for this review. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.